Hello YouTube, it's DysFonik here and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a long time since I posted a video here, but today I just decided, you know what, let me get ahead with it. I've been contemplating, but I just decided, let me do it today. Let me post a video. So I'm back. So what I'm deciding to do today is I'll be going through a beat that I did with a friend. So it's a friend I met here on YouTube. So I'm going to be going through that beat that we did together. And we've been contemplating on releasing it as well. I think it's been a year or two, but I think I'll release it in a month or two. Yeah, so just stay on the lookout. I hope you enjoy the beat. So the reason I'm deciding to go through this beat with you guys is because I feel like there's a lot to share. There's a lot of techniques. There's a lot of creative ideas that you guys can grasp on this, because it's a collaboration between me and Kudzai. So he's done his part, I've done my part, and I feel like collectively you guys can, you know, grasp a lot of techniques. Because as I was going through the beat myself, also I had to study the pattern, the structure, the choice of sounds, and you know, things like automation, choice of you know, drum kit elements and all of that. And I was learning throughout the whole process. So I feel like now there's so much more for you guys to learn, because now I have added more onto that. So that's why I'm deciding to go through this beat today. So please make sure to like, comment, subscribe for more videos like this. I'll be posting more videos, guys. I'm back now. Yeah, don't forget to check the description. There are links there for packs so that you guys can have a smooth, productive journey. You can purchase my sample packs, Deep House, Amapiano, and also Afro House. Otherwise, without wasting much of your time, let's get into it. Let's go through this this beat together. So we are now on FL Studio. First thing first is the BPM, choice of BPM. This is a deep house beat, all right? And if you're going to be producing something similar or something within the house genre as a whole, be it deep house, Afro house, tribal, you know, or anything, or soulful, the range you want to play in is between 112 and 125 BPM. Right? You can still be beyond those limits, but then in most cases, you'll find most music in this genre are between 112 and 126. So in this beat, we decided to go for 119. So it's a fairly fast beat. It's a groovy beat. And then to add more onto the grooviness of the beat, we've added some swing. So what the swing does is it adds some time delay to elements of the drum kit. You know, you'll hear most of the effect of the swing on your shakers and hi-hats. But yeah, so what I'll do first is I'll just play some segments of the song before we, you know, dissect the song, break it down, you know, go pattern by pattern and explain what was going on. So that's the beat, guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you like it. Let me know what you guys think about it down below the comments. Otherwise, let's break it down. So first thing first, we have the kick. So it's a simple 4-step kick. And then we have a clap. All right. So as I'm going through this elements of the drum kit beat by beat, I'll just touch on the most important processing that was done on the mixer. So when it comes to your claps, you want to at least give them a reverb, give them an echo or a tail end to them, you know. So if we go on to the reverb, what the reverb does is it applies the effect as if the sound is being played inside a large room, if we're to put it in that context. So that's the reverb. And then you always want to put an EQ to just make sure that you remove any unnecessary frequencies. So on your claps, you don't want to be having any low frequencies. So anything on this side, your sub, your bass, your low mids, you want to cut out most of those on your claps and percussions, because you're reserving those for your bass line and your kick, obviously. And then we also have shakers. What you want to do on your shakers, on the EQ, you want to apply the reverb. Same thing for your claps and the percussions. You also want to cut down some low frequencies, but then you want to at least tweak the high frequencies. That's if the high frequencies are not enough, you make a little tweak over there. That's about it on the shakers. And then we also have some percussion. So if you go to track 5, you want to do the same, reverb, EQ, you know, cut some low frequencies. So when it comes to processing, it's safe to say if you don't know what to do, just make sure that all of your elements on the drum kit, if it is not a kick, right? If it is not a source of low frequencies, then chop down some low frequencies, because you want to reserve that for your kick and your bass line. Because what happens is if you don't cut down the low frequencies, you run the risk of having your drum kit sounding messy, noisy, muddy, and it just becomes a mess. And that would happen most of the times if you're not using a high quality sample pack. You can get away with not doing some, heavy processing on your drum kit, and everything will everything will still sound okay. But then that is if you are using a high quality sample pack, where most of the sounds have been pre-processed already. And I'm plugging you guys, go down to the description, download one of my sample packs. You won't have to apply heavy processing to them because most of them are already having the right frequencies in their current state. So that's what we have on the drum kit. So if I'm to loop just the section of the drum kit and I'm to just solo it, this is what you will notice over here. So that's a simple deep house drum kit. You never go wrong with a 4-step kick, an 8-step clap, and a shaker, and a hi-hat hitting at every 4-step. You never go wrong with that. That's a typical deep house drum kit. And then next thing that you would want to do to set the mood for a deep house song is have a pad. So that's how the pad is. And the plugin is Hive. And that's your preset over there, AZ Marine Life. And then, so what the pad does is it just gives the song that ambience so that at least there's no complete silence along your song, anywhere on your song. And then this is what we also have on the song, same plugin, which is Hive. We just have, I don't know what to call this actually, but it's sort of like a plugged, punchy sound. Yeah, but comment down below how would you describe this sound actually, but that's what I would call it. Especially when you're making some techy deep house, you want to have those harsh sounds, you know, those sharp harsh sounds. And I think that was the motive here by Kudzai when he was, you know, busy producing this song. And then we also have combination of notes there. And then next off we have some leads. Same plugin, which is Hive. In fact, after this beat, I started falling in love with the plugin because I just realized that it actually has a lot of both smooth, mellow, and harsh sounds, harsh leads that I can, you know, use for my deep house songs. It's actually a nice plugin. Go check it out. Get a copy for yourself. And then we have some automation clips over here. So basically what you want to do with your automation is that as you have a lead or a plugged sound that is too harsh, you don't want to have that harshness everywhere on your song. You want to have the sound, but then you want to change the level of harshness, if I may put it that way. You want it to be sounding softer somewhere in the beginning of the song and sounding harsh towards the climax or towards the bridge. So that's why we automate the cutoff frequency. And as you see, the cutoff frequency is low. So meaning that at this point, the melody or your lead or your sound, whatever that you're automating, will sound a bit smoother and mellow on this side. And then as you know, adjust the automation like that, so it's gonna sound harsh at that point. And then I also automated the bass line. So if I can just focus on the bass line, this is how it would sound. You can see the automation over there. It's getting harsher towards the end, and then it's smooth. If we go to the baseline plugin, that was the baseline plugin, Gravity S. That's the cutoff frequency over there. You can see it's moving. Yeah. So that's the knob that we automated. So to create an automation clip, as you guys know, or most of you guys, you just right click on the knob and then create automation clip, and then you'll see an automation clip on the playlist. But then with third-party plugins that are not default FL Studio plugins, you cannot right click. I mean, when you right click, you don't see the same menu as the one you see when it's a default FL Studio plugin. So there's no create automation clip here. So if you want to do that, just tweak the knob you want to automate and then go to tools and then last tweaked. So what FL Studio does is it separates or isolates the knob that you tweaked the last, and then it creates an automation clip for it. So you have to first tweak that particular knob and then go to tools, last tweaked, and then create automation clip. And then, yeah. So that's how you'd go about it. So that's the automation that we did here on the baseline. And then with techy deep house, you want to have a Foley playing on the background. So a Foley will just be an environmental sound. So if I'm to solo this, that's how it is. So we have this sound playing everywhere along the song, just to give you that ambience. And guys, if you want a complete deep house, you know, pack that has got everything from your drum kit elements, your presets, your follies, your environmental sounds. I have you covered. Just click the link under the description. Go get yourself a sample pack, DysFonik Deep House sample pack. I think it's volume 2. Get yourself that and you'll be good to go. So, and then we have some cymbals. Yeah. And then I think I've covered most of the important stuff on this song, right? So what you should realize is that after you've built up a rhythm of the song, you know, you've built up the chord, you've built up the melody. Actually, let me go to the melody because I don't think I've touched on that. So that's the melody that we have. If I'm to go to its pattern. So the way you see it here, if you're to use a different plugin or a different preset and copy and paste this, you wouldn't get the exact sound that you are getting from here. So I think what's happening with this plugin over here, the reason I'm saying you won't get the exact sound is because that's a layer of notes, that's a chord. But then this is Nexus and we are under arpeggios. So what the arpeggio does is it runs on, I don't know how to explain it. So what the arpeggio does is it does not play this as if it's playing a chord, but it will play. Actually, let me do the arpeggio function here. The arpeggio function would be that. So the arpeggio would play those chords that you saw previously as though they were these notes in this particular sequence. Something like that. So it does not play it as that, but it actually plays it as though it was that. Yeah. Hence I'm saying if you copy the exact combination that you see on the screen onto another preset or another plugin, you'll hear completely different sound because this is a chord. Yeah. But then I chose an arpeggio from Nexus, that's AR After Midnight 1. Right? And then also what I did is I had this sound over here. So this sound complements the bass line. So if I'm to play this sound together with the bass line, this is what you'd hear. Complements the bass line. So it's a copy and paste of whatever I have on the bass line onto that preset. So if I'm to show you the preset that I used over there, it's from Nexus. It's a plugged sound, Illusionize 1. And yeah, I think that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned some few tricks and techniques on how to do some nice, groovy, techy, you know, deep house with some bouncy melodies and some nice bass lines. Otherwise, stay tuned for more videos from me, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Cheers.